Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Manor Lords to a second playthrough. Now I loved this game so much that it just has to look in once more. This time though we are going to play on a different map, and of course also we are going to raise the difficulty. So still we only have one game mode available, so Rise to Prosperity, and once again we need to decide our character. Last time I was with this guy here. This time he's just laughing at me with a nice scar and the beard, of course, looking all nice and dandy. Let's also have some nice banner there again. The raven, why not? Let's go with a black raven or white raven on black color. This looks actually pretty cool. Perfect, I'm happy with that. And then we have the difficulty settings, right? So last time we played with totally balanced settings. This time though we are going to go with the starting supplies to 0, so we really have nothing except 2 timber with what we have to start. The approval rating is going to be demanding, right? So it would be balanced or tolerant, but demanding is the highest one that we can go for here. And then we have the weather events, also harsh weather, difficult weather conditions, hard frost, so lots of fire, log consumption and stuff like that. I'm excited for this one, a second playthrough. This time we of course know the mechanics a bit better. Enjoy. Go, 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 go. Alrighty, and here we are once more. One thing that I can notice right away is we are pretty high up there. Last time we played on a small hill. This time we are having a bit more flat terrain, which is awesome. Bigger city we can build with that. And look at that, how steeply it's going down here. This is just looking really cute, to be honest. Very, very beautiful landscape. Just here, let's just pretend this is the Alps, and we're of course building a village right in front of the beautiful Alps. And yeah, nice location. I'm very happy with what we can see here. Of course, we get once again our establishing a foothold quest. So construct a granary, a logging camp, forager hut and storehouse would be our first missions here. There is a fire at the heart of every settlement, a bastion of safety, warmth and light against the darkness of the world. And we will have to flame that darkness. We are here. We still have, I think, the same population though, 5 peasant families. So it's really just those poor sods here, right? We're starting out with that. And we should also be here. Do we look different? No, we are looking the same with our extremely sexy coat. And also one thing that I can notice right away is my population is looking, my servants are looking more colorful this time. No idea. That's a nice random feature. Alright, we need to go ahead. As we can see, we only have 2 timber. We don't even have food, right? So it might get hungry there in the beginning. A logging camp is the first thing we should look out for. We have some forest area here. By the way, what do we have on the map other than that? I think, is this? Ah, yes, very good. We have 2 wild animals, berries, iron deposit. There is the trader out here. We are in the Reichenfurt region this time, so also a different region on the general map. And yeah, well, a nice beautiful plateau that we have there. Let's go ahead with the first building right away. It's going to take a while anyway for construction. I'm just going to have this one right here by the forest area, and with that my people can hopefully start building. And finally someone is picking up the ox, getting the logs over now to the location. Where are you going, by the way? Going somewhere. He's just going out to the forest there. No idea what he's doing. I mean, I could imagine either nature's call, or he's running away, or he's just going to observe the wolves. Yeah, it's going to take a while for this one here to build up. As always, the logs have arrived, the first ones, and my builders start building. And I still can watch this for hours. How beautiful every single building is being, you know, built up from the ground. This doesn't look particularly stable. But of course, there's still something coming. And it seems like we don't even need to destroy any beautiful trees there. That's going to be a lot of space here. While the logging camp is under construction, we can also start with the first roads then. So here's the main road, right? This is where the traders are going to be. And we can then go ahead and have the first street really going then right to my city, like so, making the connection. And then also connecting right away my logging camp as the first road. And then probably here also another road that goes then into this direction. Now the logging camp has all the resources and is going to be finished shortly. We are just going to enjoy the beautiful views. And yeah, we also have the first hungry people. They're not going to starve right away, but of course they do need something. Like Jacob here, he definitely needs some food. We are at 0, right? It's March, so berries should be out there. We could either go with berries or we go with a hunter. The hunters are a bit closer there, I think, so this might be a safer bet. But of course, we still need to finish this one here first. There it is, construction is finished. Let's assign 3 people to that right away to really jumpstart our timber production. Also have it right beside us, chopping down the trees. And we already have some 3 timbers in store. Let's go ahead and get us the next one, and that is the hunter this time. So we have some game close by, so I would really like to get us some hunting out there, some meat that we need. Let's also make this road around the logging camp there, and then we're going ahead with a hunter camp right here. And since the hunting camp is right beside the logging camp, getting logs over there is rather easy and quickly done so. Even though the hunting camp does not have construction cost like the forager hut, right? So the forager hut would cost me 2 timber then. Probably will also need to have it then somewhere in this area. So let's prolong the road there a bit. And this one is also finished now. Let's assign 2 people to that right away and let them hunt right in this hunting ground over there. So we get some meat in finally. Still going to take a while though before the first meat comes in. Hunger will stay for the duration though. Let's also check it out there real quick. Freeline, he's hungry already and he's already going out there. Determined hopefully to get him some food into this very dark forest really. And he already has a target, I guess. And he already found himself something and is crafting and waiting now for the food to be ready. And then we should have the first meat in. Oh, and the other one was also successful, already getting the game over. And there you go, we already have 3 meat now in store. So for now, I hope we can fill the bellies. Even though, of course, before there's more coming in that we can really use for bigger population, it's still going to take a while. Now, we got 6 timber by now. We still have some buildings here that we should go for. The forager hut would be one of them. It's actually in the mission, build a forager hut, right? Because we start with the hunting camp. It's just closer. So for now, we can go for the storehouse there as well, that I would like to have in this area. Oh, wait a second. No, actually, let's go ahead with the forager hut there as well. It makes sense to have both of them ready right away because we are in March, right? So we still have half a year time now to harvest all the berries here because then they stop regrowing. So let's go ahead and get us the forager hut then right next to the hunter. This is consuming then a bit of timber, and since we have still more timber, and I think the storehouse was not that expensive. No, it's 2 for each, right? So the granary and the storehouse, we need both of them. I can build them as well. Let's raise priority for forager hut, so this is being finished first. And about these 2 things here, you cannot relocate the storehouse or the granary, so we need to be careful where we really want to place them, where we basically will probably have some industry then as well. So right here in this area sounds about right to me. So let's go ahead and start with the storehouse, right? And then we are also having a granary here as well. So those are going to supply then the village with food and with resources. And I can safely go ahead and continue here with this road. Hopefully, somehow. There you go. So that we have a nice tiny area then here probably for... Yeah, I don't know. We could move the logging camp. We could also build something else. The well would fit in here just nicely, or also the hitching post, I think. Yes, we could also have the hitching post over there then. Makes sense to me. Very good. So, construction of the starts. We have 2 people here and 2 people here assigned. So we still have only 1 person right now that is doing those jobs. It's fine though. I mean, technically, let's reduce the amount of workers here in the logging camp so that 2 people construct. As we are under no pressure for a lot of timber right now. There's always time is of the essence though, right? We don't need that much timber yet. We need to have some active constructions all the time before winter. So definitely some houses finished and also firewood production up and running. And of course, right now we need to prepare everything for the first families to move over. And the first timber is at the construction site and we can start on the forager hut. After a while, the rain starts in. We have the floor at least finished and the foundation. So as you can see, the forager hut takes quite some time to finish. And it's just a good idea to have the hunting camp first, because there's already so much meat now flooding in. And also pelts that we're going to need then for clothing as well. And the second person helps out now. I think the other buildings have now all the resources, yes and yes, so they can then also start on these here immediately afterwards. That also means we don't really need the ox right now, so I might move the hitching post now over here. Just makes sense to me. There you go. And there it is, the forager hut finished as well. We could assign someone to that, but I'm not doing that yet. We don't need it. Even though, oh yes, we can actually do this. We should do this for the berries. Sorry, that is a little brain fart on my side. But now we are harvesting those berries as well. So with that, we already have then 2 types of food in, meat and berries. Meanwhile, construction of my storehouse has begun. 3 people are helping out. Why 3? Who is... A woodcutter is helping out. Okay, we have 4 timber. So he reckons that he doesn't need to chop down any more timber for now. And he just helps with that. Storehouse, ready for action. I'm not going to assign anyone to that yet. And then also the granary. I'm sorry, actually I'm moving the granary over here because we just have the food production buildings on that side right now. And after a bit of time, the granary is also finished. And we have all the objectives of the first mission completed. And we can start right away with the humble beginnings. Your supplies are dry and secure, and the first stage of work is done. The stories your people tell around the fire are of the many dangers in the world, from beasts to blights, strange tales about foxes who go on pilgrimage or small creatures who spin gold from sunset to sunrise. They tell these stories to put common names to their fears. Soon, they'll teach these stories to their own children. It's time to bring wives and children to the settlement. Now that they can take shelter in proper homes for your lands to prosper and grow, you'll need not only workers, but families. For this, we also need to build a well before we can start with the families to move in. So let's go ahead and get us this well out there, just a proper location. Once again, we have the water vein, right? So we need to build it right along the water. And of course, we could have it here. This looks central to me, right? Having that well, because around it we're going to have then the first houses as well. What is that? We still have some 2 supplies in here. They're just lying around, it seems. On the ground there. So this is where I would like to have the well then. Let's have another road then right next to this one. That goes over to my industry zone. Or let's just wait on that. Let's build the well first. There you go. And water is finally available now as well. We got 5 timber. That means that we can go ahead and build us 2 homes at least. So let's just check it out where we have them. Burgage plot, there it is. And we could have the burgage plot then right here now. And yeah, for the first houses to move in, probably makes sense to have them right here in the center. 2 houses is what we can afford right now. Let's also try to squeeze some gardens in then. And it would look like that here. First homes that we can have. And we could even probably have more. Up to this area there, most likely. And have 3 proper homes for my people right away. 6 timber, that would cost me. And here is the dirt, the ground where my first families will move in and live a prosperous life, hopefully. And construction of the first already begins, while the other ones receive still the building materials. Of course, as a lord, we should also just have a quick look what's going on here. Please don't make my shoes dirty. They're too valuable for this life. And all I can see here right now, of course, are families. Secondary taxpayers. We really should hurry up with the construction. Right now our approval rating is 23% only. Homelessness is -16, adding a lot of penalties to that. So if this is too low, people will... it could cause a rebellion, right, if it drops to 0. But they could also just flee the village and be gone from this wall. Right now we still have 5, so they're still believing in me. But not for long anymore, I think. Food at least is fine, so 13 berries and 32 meat we have. And a bit more log again, so beside those 3 we could then already start with the next burgage plot. Yeah, probably also somewhere here in the center then, right? One more. Like this. And there you go, the first home is being finished. And with that, the first people also move in now. And they have a beautiful garden here with a tree right in free. Did the tree spawn? I have no idea now. Doesn't look like it spawned, but it is, right? And our first 3 houses are finished. The first people move in, the first women join my village. Hello there. Already getting water for their house. And the 4th building is now under construction as well. Quite a lot of people help out, as food is not a priority right now. And also we have 5 timber, that means we can just continue with the next house. We still need 1 more burgage after this, one more house, right? So we could have this one here, of course, even though... I think it's fine to have it there for now. It's not... Yeah, this is not going to be permanent. I do have a bit more space over here then that I can use as well. And we do, of course, have also some more space than just here for houses. One of these guys here, this is looking good. Go ahead and have the next one as well. Seems like a pretty dark summer if you ask me in these regions. Doesn't seem to be that warm. We have July right now and it's all foggy and rainy. And yeah, then we have the 5th one. Settlement level has been increased. Reichenfurt, we're actually called here, small village. And new development, a new message. As you walk the perimeter, surveying your village with pride, a woman walks past you. She spent nearly double under a sack. You ask how long she's been walking and she tells you it takes her half a day now to get all the food she needs for her family from the hunters and farmers that surround the village. If only there was a marketplace where your people could acquire food, clothing and firewood, they could be happier and have more time for other work. And we get quite a lot of time for that, and as we know, this is the longest quest of them all, which is probably going to stay now for the rest of the game. Getting a level 2 burgage plot out of that, actually 3 of them. So we do need 2 types of food for that. We do need 2 types of clothing for that, 1 entertainment and 1 faith. So that also means we do need to have alcohol to finish this quest. And yeah, clothes. So 2 of them, not only leather. But we have 5 wood. What I would like to do with that 5 wood is rather simple. We have the food, right? What we don't have yet is firewood. And yeah, it's already July, so winter is upon us at some point. And that means we do need to chop down some trees for firewood. Now, we do have already a lumber camp for this region. I don't want to overdo it, right? So we're going to have the woodcutter here in this area for now, for this forest. We have then this forest and this forest being chopped down, and we could also work this forest there if we want to. Once again, I gotta say how beautiful the surrounding is, really. We're on this higher plateau there. This would be a very nice area to defend, right? We have a bit more timber still, so even after building the lodge, I'm waiting for 6 timber there. We can actually build it already. I would like to use this plot here now. Right. Oh my goodness, we could squeeze in 4 houses here, all with a garden. That would cost me 8 timber though. But that's a very good location for it, that I definitely want to use like that. So let's just use this area for now. Perhaps we can only use 1 house here. Doesn't look like it. This would actually net us 2 houses. What a strange construction, but it's possible. And the woodcutter has been finished. Let's assign a person to that right away, or a family, and also tell them that they can chop or go crazy in this little forest area over there. Very nice. As the next neighborhood is being raised, we also have the first firewood in stock, so 7 of that now, and we can safely prepare for the first winter. Now, another message that I got was that the hunting camp is full, and yes, it is full almost. That means that it will stop producing once it reaches its cap, which is pretty bad, right? So we should probably now man also one of the granaries, because they then get the resources over and stock it in larger quantities, up to 500, that we can squeeze into this granary here alone. And since we have now all these new homes, we also have more families, of course, now. 18 total population right now. And that means 5 assigned families and 1 unassigned that I can also go crazy on right now. Oh yeah, and we do have 8 timber. Let's go ahead and also finally start construction of this really massive neighborhood then, that we can have. With 4 families moving in, and all of them get their own plot there as well. Perfect. While the new neighborhood is under construction, over here then we can have a beautiful big church. I think about that. Something like that, with that beautiful view over there into the distance, where people can then also pray, of course. And yeah, since the village is getting bigger and bigger, people decided, hey, we should get a name for our village. And they decided to name it Sleepy Hollow. Welcome to Sleepy Hollow. I hope you enjoy this one. Stay tuned.